welcome back to Air Gordon Reacts. I'm your host, Air Gordon, here for another video. Hey, listen, I want to first and foremost thank all of my subscribers. Thanks for all of the likes and shares and subscription. Now, usually, the channel, we have jokes and we have all of the fun stuff, but someone sent me a video today a little bit more on the serious side. So this is not necessarily, I'm not going to necessarily call this a reaction video. This is a cautionary tale. And I will be giving my commentary based on my own personal experiences out in the job market, especially with everything that's going on today. I want to just make sure everyone is safe out here as we all try to live, laugh, get older, and enjoy each other and enjoy your loved ones. So this one is not going to be the typical where we're laughing and giggling. This is a little bit more serious. Just got wind of, apparently there's about 17 people that have gone on Indeed job interviews and they have come up missing. And I have also noticed just that when I have been on Indeed, I've noticed that sometimes, and it wasn't like this 10-15 years ago, I've noticed that there are some jobs that are a little bit more suspicious than there used to be. Indeed does a good job of only having legitimate jobs on the site, but times have changed. So people have gotten more crafty. So there are, and I've seen personally, there are jobs that are a little bit fishy on there. I don't fault Indeed. It's just people are more crafty and they take full advantage of desperation. But let's watch this video and hear this young lady's story, and we'll comment as we move along. All right, so here we go.
Apply for those jobs on Indeed, showed up to the interview and went missing. If you haven't, you can go search it up and follow that story. But it kind of makes me think of this interview that my daughter literally just went on last week. So the job was supposed to be for DraftKings. And this is not to call out DraftKings or anything like that. I'm just telling a story of how it was presented to my daughter. So to start, my daughter had a phone interview with a woman who my daughter said the interview went very well with. The lady pretty much told her, "You're exactly what we're looking for." She was then invited for an in-person interview. She got an email that had the details of time, date, location, yada yada. When my daughter first got the email, she pulled up the address that they sent her. And my daughter came to me and she was like, "Mom, this place looks kind of janky, but I'm going to go see what they're talking about." And I just want to insert that my daughter was unemployed for about a month, maybe more. So you know that feeling of like, I need a job. So she was just like, I'm going to go see what they're talking about.
Okay, so let me stop right there. So the good thing is that, so that is kind of the normal cycle that you get a phone interview. Then sometimes a company wants to see you again in person if they don't want to do it virtually. Lately, because of COVID, it's a lot of stuff that went on virtually, but then you do have companies that do want to see you in person. Now, the smart thing was to look up the address in advance. So what I would advise someone to do is look up the address in advance and go by that location before you go to the interview. So if your interview is on a Friday, drive by that location on a Tuesday or a Wednesday and take a good look at it depending on what day it is. And if that interview, they're scheduling it for the next day, which usually companies don't do it that quickly, as soon as you get off the phone, whenever you have a chance that evening, you need to go by and look at the location. Because red flag number one is, why would the interview not be at the business location? If I'm not actually going to your business location, then I'm already skeptical and I'm probably not going to go to the interview. So if the situation looks sketchy, from the Google Maps, and it looks sketchy when you arrive, then just go ahead and leave. And that's why I give the advice to go in advance. That way you already know ahead of time. But let's keep moving.
Daughter shows up to the interview, and as she suspects, the place is janky on the outside and janky on the inside. She basically described it as a place that does not look like a real place of employment with like real employees in there. She said it was just like, it looked like kind of like a room and like another little room, and she said there was nothing but men in the back. Guy comes from the back and greets her, and they had like a little bit of an exchange because apparently there was some confusion about the time she was supposed to be there. Ends up having to go to the back and tells her he'll be right back, but my daughter wasn't feeling the vibes. from the moment she got there. And she said that he was kind of shifty, like just the vibes were off. In addition to there being nothing but men in this building. She said when he went to the back, she had a moment to think and left. She said she felt very uncomfortable, so I'm glad that she had enough discernment to get the hell up out of there. Now, this is not to say that that job was not a legitimate job, but I'm the type of person like if it looks like bullshit and feels like bullshit, it's probably some bullshit. And I pray for discernment, not only for myself, but for my children as well. So I'm glad that she had a discernment that she felt like she wasn't in a good situation. But it is so disheartening and so extremely sad that people who are unemployed, who are looking for real jobs, are falling into a trap because it looks good, it seems legit. They're showing up to these places to never be seen again, likely trafficked. So please, please, please listen to your gut. Listen to that little voice in your head. Okay, that's your discernment talking. And if you don't have discernment, pray for it. Pray for it for yourself and your loved ones. Because these people have gotten very, very clever. So it is so important that you have discernment. Y'all stay safe out there.
So basically, at this particular point, we're gonna it's crimes of opportunity. So a lot of people are looking for jobs. A lot of people feel desperation, as she said. Her daughter had been out of work for a month, so a little bit of desperation kicks in. And so once desperation kicks in, sometimes your logic and reasoning may go outside the door. And that's where you have to draw the line at. Don't allow your desperation to put you in a situation that you can't get yourself out of. And so if she got to the building, if you get to a building and you see that it's janky, and you go inside and there's no receptionist and it doesn't look like anything that you understand as a business, and if this is your first job, take someone with you that has been in the workforce before. Don't think you know everything and that you got this and all of that, because it's a lot of sharks out here that are looking to take full advantage of people who are just looking to make an honest living. There are people that are not honest, looking to take full advantage of honest people. So if you've never had a job before and you don't know what an office is supposed to look like, then take someone with you that does. Make sure to keep yourself safe out there. And it, like, when she went in and she didn't see a receptionist, a desk, or anything like that, the smartest thing that she did do was get out of there. But just thankfully, nothing did happen when she said it was a room full of men in the back and he came out and he was shifty, this, that, and the third. If the building looks too suspicious, don't even bother going in, because you could go in and may not be able to get out. So if you don't feel comfortable, call the recruiter or call the manager from outside the building. Ensure that you're at the right location and tell them that you don't feel comfortable. Is there something else you can do? Is this the building that we're going to be working out of? And if he or she seems shifty or says it's nothing wrong and you still don't feel comfortable, then that's not the right opportunity for you. You need to go and find yourself another job, a legitimate job. But I just wanted to comment on this video just to give you guys some pointers of some of the things that you need to be looking out for, and not to allow the desperation to cause you to fall into a trap that you may not be able to necessarily get out of. So just make sure you go to these companies in advance. Make sure that these companies are interviewing you at legitimate sites, at a real company. Go to the actual company's websites and look for the jobs that you see on Indeed to make sure. Because as she said, this particular company is a name brand company, and people will steal all of their branding, all of their logos and all of those things, and create a false version of that. And it's not an indictment on the company, because they have no idea they're being used and ripped off just like you are. So people will take that and then they'll create a fake job posting and have people apply and do all these things. So go to the real job. And even they take it as far as to take the real job description, but you want to apply for it directly on that company's site. That way the legitimacy is there. But anyway, Air Gordon is out. I will see you guys on the next one. I'm out.